And we're live. Hello, guys. Once again, it's Circuit Sock coming to you live from New York. And it's 11:01 in the morning. So, good morning from New York. Good afternoon, good evening kung saang sulok ng mundo man kayo nanood ngayon. So, here I am once again for another live episode na ako lang mag-iisa sa aking Go Live. Okay, so once again, we're going to talk about a certain topic about my online business. This time it's something basic that we need to know about how to start your own online business with my help. Okay? Because this is how it works. So you get into this online business, you do this with the help of a mentor, and that person or that mentor is a person that who introduced you to the business. Okay, so before we get into that topic, let's get into checking on my page if I'm going live and also on my personal account. I'm going to check also if I'm uh, live in there. Okay. I'll just have to check on that one. So, gusto ko lang masiguro guys na live ako. Alright? Para makita nyo ako both sa aking page at sa aking um, sorry about that, personal page, Facebook page. Okay, so today we're going to talk about learning how to earn online. Okay, paano ba natin gawin yan? Alright, so ang una yung gawin is, so those are watching me right now and those who would be able to see this as a replay, then if I happen to stir your curiosity to learn more about this online business, all you need to do is to reach out to me. Okay. How can you reach out to me? You can just direct message me, or you can register your name and email address on my website. Unfortunately, you cannot see it on the screen. I just have to say it. So my website is www.soclamuchadigital.com, or you can just direct message me. So you can check on me on my Facebook page, Soclamucha Digital, or through my personal accounts on Facebook, Noy Jose, right? That's me. I'm also on Instagram, Soclamucha. You can also check on me through my Instagram account. All right. So all you need to do, as I've said, is to message me. It could be a general inquiry about the business. That's we could start that way, or you can send me right away your email address. So what are we going to do with your email address? We're going to register you into our online system so that you will have access to the free webinar. What is in the free webinar? The free webinar has a video that explains ample details about the business, just enough for you to know about it. Okay. And enough for you to be able to figure it out if it is the right fit for you. So, what's going to be happening there is that you will learn about the business based on the video presentation in the free webinar. Now, let's say, for example, you would find it out that it's not for you, then you will not move on to the next step of the process. Because in this online business, we follow a certain process, and that process goes through certain steps. Step one is for you to learn about the business through the free webinar, right? What is needed for you to have access to the free webinar? Your email address, a valid email address. Okay. Now, besides the free webinar, you can also uh, be able to learn about the business by being invited to our free info session. So, what's the difference between the free info session and the free webinar? The free webinar contains a video that explains to you the business. The free info session is a Zoom live meeting, and it's going to be handled and conducted by uh, our business coaches, right? And it's going to be a virtual live interaction between you and the panel of coaches in the business. So, whatever questions that you may have, anything that you would like to be clarified on about the business, you can do it by speaking directly to our panel of coaches. All right. So, either way, you will be informed about the business. At the same time, you will have the chance, it will also give you the opportunity to figure it out if it is for you or not. Just the same with our free webinar or free info session. If you decide that it's not, if you would find out that it's not for you, then you will not move on to the next step of the process. Because in our online system, we did not force you, okay, to join. We uh, provide you with the materials for you to learn about the business so that you will also be able to use it to figure it out if it's for you or not. Sometimes what would happen is maybe at the moment you're able to get information through the free webinar or the free info session. Parang baka sabihin ninyo na, I think I will need more time to think about this, to figure this out if this is really for me or not. It's okay, right? Because you can always come back, right? Whoever is introducing you that this business or whoever is giving you access to the free webinar and free info session, that's a person that you can come back to if ever after like a week or so or a month or years that would decide to reconsider your uh, thought about the business. Maybe at this time you would want to move on to the next step and then eventually join in the business. That's how it works here. You're not being forced, right? You're given time to think about it, but at least you end up learning about the business. And you will take it as an option for you in the long run, right? For your future, right? After figuring out that maybe, let's say, it's time for me to move on to the next step, then you can just come back by messaging the person who introduced you to the business or whom you have a connection with in the business. Okay? So that's how it works. We're not chasing people. We are not bugging friends and family members. We are not doing direct selling. So we're not forcing you to join the business by the time you would learn about it through our free info session or free webinar. Because this is how it works. Okay? So you have the freedom to decide completely whether to join or not in the business after you've learned about it through our free webinar and free info session. All right. Now, this online business is doable. Why is it doable? Because even if you're busy with your work, with your current job, right, you can just make use of a certain amount of your available time. By available time, we're referring to your time after work, okay? Your free time. You can just spend like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour or two on a consistent basis to spend time for the business, right? And it is any time during the day, okay? Whichever time you're available to spend something for the business. So that is why it is a smart way for you to have an extra income, right? This online business, because you don't need to quit your job to do this. All right. So, for so many of us in this global online business community, we started this as a side hustle for extra income. And we use our available time after work to do something for the online business. I myself, I started this before I retired. I have been in the business for a little over a year now. I am now retired. I own my time. This online business has given me a lot of possibilities. I'm learning a lot. I'm growing a lot from what I'm learning through this online business. Of course, financial blessings are one of those things that's been giving me uh, has been one of the possibilities. this online business has offered me. Okay. And there's a lot more. Okay. Learning and growing, especially if you are retired, this online business is the path to it because it's very doable. Uh, it's very flexible. Okay. And you don't need to be glued to your laptop or your computer or your cell phone 24 hours a day because we have an automated system. And our automated system does 90% of the job for us. The remaining 10%, that's our role in the business. We're doing attraction marketing, such as what I'm doing right now, in order to connect with you guys. Okay? So that's how it is. So that is why when I said you can just spend an hour or two or less than that on a consistent basis, even if you are busy with your current job, because you don't need, as I've said, you don't need to be glued the whole time to your laptop and cell phone to work for this business, to make things work for the business. That's not how it works. Okay? The automated system will help us 90% of the entire thing for our business. Okay? So that's why it's doable. It's very doable. And talking about cell phone and laptop, these are the things that you only need to work for this online business. Sorry about that. So you only need your cell phone, your laptop or computer, and a good connection to work on this online business. So with just your cell phone alone and a good connection, you can take this business with you wherever you go. So it doesn't mean that you don't need to be confined at home to do your business. Even if you're outside, even if you're doing something else, right? This business continues to work because of our automated system that continues to do the business 24/7. Maski tulog pa kayo or you're in the middle of something. Something that some other work that you need to do which is outside of the business, right? Even if it's not business related, the automated system will continue to work for your business 24/7. You're outside, like myself, I have to go outside to do my walk. I just came back before uh, uh, I do this go live. I have my cell phone with me and I have a connection. And I make things work for my online business with just the use of my cell phone and my connection while I was enjoying my walk, right? As part of my daily routine. That's how doable this online business is. Okay. Now, um, why do we take it as an option, right? Especially those who are working. Okay. So first, uh, yung mga nag paycheck to paycheck ang existence nila, right? I was that person too back when I was still working. Most of the time during my employment time, I was living paycheck to paycheck. My savings, right? But that savings would not be enough if there's going to be some situation would really need my attention financially, right? So that's what I mean by living paycheck to paycheck. Parang nasa survival mode tayo palagi and we are dependent solely on our paycheck to pay for bills, to pay for basic needs. Okay? Kung merong mga emergency, you really have to think it over kung paano natin mag-decide sa ating budget. Ganun. Okay? Kung meron mang savings, usually magamit sa emergency, especially sa mga pangangailangan at emergency sa Pilipinas. Kasi mga Pinoy tayo eh. Any Filipino immigrant can relate to that. We always have our family back in the Philippines to uh, give assistance to, right? We cannot just turn our backs on them. That's not what we are as people, tayong mga Filipinos, mga Filipino immigrant. Okay, so another thing also is, um, if you have if you have a job, and then if at the point of your career now, parang gusto niyo nang mag-prepare for retirement, parang in a year or two gusto niyo nang you're seeing yourself retired, but then again you realize na financially hindi pala kayo ready. Okay, so this is the best time for you to take this as an option, a smart option for you to um, prepare for retirement. Okay, because again, you can do this without quitting your job, right? So, in fact, ang taong nag-introduce sa akin sa business na ito, who's now my business coach, she's also a teacher. She came to the US to work as a teacher in Maryland, and then she's very young. I mean, relatively very young compared to myself. I'm 60 years old. She's now in her mid 40s. I think she's 43 or 44. But she retired from her stitching job at age 41. Okay? And then, ang reason obviously was her online business. She was in the business for 3 years, and then she retired from her teaching job. Okay? So that's a big decision. You cannot just decide to retire from your stable job. Okay? A job that brought you here in the US. Okay? If you're not so sure of what you're getting into, what I'm trying to say is, if not so sure that this online business works for you. Okay? So it's like she's trying to replace her job by her online business. And she was right about that, because since her retirement, she's been spending quality time with her family, because she's married and with children. And she also continues, of course, to help her family back in the Philippines. And another thing also is, while working on this business, because she has a family and she has children, she's building a legacy that she can uh, that she will definitely hand it down into her children. Okay, because the one thing about this online business is, if you have children, for as long as they are at least 18 years old, pwede din yung mapamana ang business na ito. And whatever your status of the business by the time any of your children is ready to uh, continue the business, that's how your child or your son or daughter will have to acquire the business and continue working that business. Right? That's how nice this online business is. So, hindi katulad yung, let's say, isa kang guro, and then meron kang anak, and then gustong mag teacher ang inyong anak. Okay? So by the time magiging teacher ang inyong anak, at first, ang kanyang salary would not be as much as uh, your salary as a teacher, because you've been there for a long time. Ang anak mo, nag-uumpisa pa lang siya. Right? That's how it works in the employment, uh, I mean, for being employed. Okay? Sa business na ito, whatever is the start of your business, and then you're going to uh, ipamana mo na sa inyong anak, right? That's how your anak will mana your business. Okay? All your son or daughter will need to do is just continue working on it. Okay? As it is. From you to your son or daughter. That's the kind of legacy that you can offer to your kids or to your children with this online business. Okay? I am not married, but I will have the option also of uh, handing this down to any of my close relatives, right? Any of my pamangkin siguro. Ganon. So, again, let me point that out, because it's something very important in this online business. This online business gives you the opportunity to build a legacy for your children in the future, right? Okay. Another thing also is tax write-off. Since this is a business here in the US, we receive 1099 at the end of each fiscal year, and we're going to use it to file our income taxes, right? And since this is a business, whatever expenses we have for the business, we can claim them for tax write-off. Okay, I just had mine during the last fiscal year. Okay, so that's how it works, right? So again, if you are living paycheck to paycheck, if you are someone who's working at nasa punto na kayo ng inyong career na gusto ninyang mag-prepare for retirement, you can take action by having this as a smart plan B for you for retirement, as a smart option for you for a side hustle, for extra income, while still working on your main job. Because you can do this without quitting your job. All right? Okay. So, um, this online on how you're going to have access to the first step of the process is for you to just direct message me, all right, with your email address or whatever general inquiry you have about the business, right? Or you can do it by registering your name and email address on my website, which is www.soclamuchadigital.com. All right? Okay. So if you want me to help you uh, be enlightened and start the business, again, as I've said, I've been repeating myself, reach out to me. Okay? And I just told you the ways on how to do it. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for being with me today and have a good one. Enjoy the rest of Friday and have a good weekend. Bye.